Well, good morning, everybody, and good afternoon for the East Coasters. I wanted to say thank you once again for taking your time. This is Steve Stern, the owner here at Senior Advisory Group, and I wanted to say how much we do appreciate your time. It's the one commodity you can never get back. As always, I tell everyone with every call I do, we're going to spend it very wisely today. We're going to talk a lot about marketing today. One of the things that we get here at Senior Advisory Group on a daily basis is, well, what do you have for marketing? What do you have for marketing? We're going to talk about real marketing today, about what's really happening, what's going on in the world, and how you can stay competitive. But better than competitive is we want to stay ahead. You know, the old saying is that the fastest gazelle has got to outrun the tiger, right? Or the slowest gazelle has got to outrun the fastest tiger, or else he gets eaten. You guys are the same way. If you're not getting better than your competition, you're technically getting worse. So our goal today is to show you what we're doing to help keep you better. We have a couple guest speakers on here today with us. One of them is my man Dustin. Dustin, good morning.
Good morning, Steve.
Dustin runs our marketing department here, and he's in charge of doing websites and some of our SEO stuff that we do with our agents, and he runs a team back there that he works with. The other one is one of our agents who, I'm going to tell you what, this is just a phenomenal success story, is Miss Judy Booth. Judy, are you there?
I'm here.
You're echoing, Judy, so I don't know if you have a speaker on or if we can get it into the phone, that would be fantastic. But Judy's got a phenomenal story, and I'll shed a little light on it. Judy's been with us for a while now, for 5-6 years. And Judy, when we got hold of her, she was about $750,000 of annuity production. Judy's looking like she's going to peg here north of $4 million. And the reason why is finally Judy was able to just say, look, I'm going to put my head down and focus, and I'm going to listen to you guys. So in the last year, she jumped from $1 million to, we're at $3 million right now. With some luck, we should finish at $8 million, believe it or not, before the year's over. But I'll just say she's going to finish at 4 because I know what's in the hopper and coming. But that's, guys, that's a north of 300% increase in business. And Judy, tell them all a little bit about your practice, because I know you're going to chime in quite a bit here on this call.
Well, what I finally recognized is, I came from a captive situation and went independent. And when you do, you're so glad to shake off those shackles that you forget that when you leave your captive status, that you still need back office support and you still need accountability. And it took me just a little bit to recognize that. But once I did, I realized that using the process that Senior Advisory Group had been telling me, when I just started working that process, things really made a big turnaround for me.
And there's a key word in there, everyone, that Judy keeps talking about, and that's process. I had a conference call the other day with a gentleman, and I said, you know what, tell me what your process is. And he could not articulate it. That is a recipe for failure. And I'll liken it to McDonald's. McDonald's has a process. When you walk into McDonald's, you order a cheeseburger. They put it on the grill, it dings, they turn it over, it dings, they put ketchup on it, they put pickles on it, they put mustard on it, they put it in the window, done. If you get a Big Mac or a quarter pounder, they put onions on it, right? I don't like onions. So I have to order special. And when I order special and just say, I just want my quarter pounder with cheese and ketchup on it, guess what? It takes 10 minutes to get it. Why? Because I threw their process into a total kink, because it's not the way the book says. You guys have to operate by the book and operate by a process. And we're going to show you part of the process with all this marketing that we've attached. And Judy's going to talk about it, and so is Dustin, about what we do here at Senior Advisory Group. And we, at the end of this, I have 2 very special giveaways. I've got a $5,000 challenge for every one of you. I'm going to pay y'all $5,000. I'm going to show you exactly how it works at the end of this. So stick around, talk a little bit about our trip, how you qualify, things that you do. But I'm talking about $5,000. And I'm going to make the bet with every single one of you that are on this phone call. Okay? So let's get under this hood and let's take a look at it. And we're going to talk about what we're going to do in online marketing. I want to focus on online marketing first. Judy, your whole practice is online marketing, correct?
It's online marketing 100%, besides the referrals I get. But no, I don't pay for any other type of marketing or use any other type of marketing online.
And real quick, before we even start, right now, I think we calculated we're about, what, 20,000 deep that you've spent this year in marketing?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
You've made north of 200,000 and you spent 20.
Yes. Great return
And
on your investment.
We should finish up around 300-400 before the year's over. When it's all said and done, if we don't spend another penny, I know we're 20 deep, and we're going to get 300 to 400 back in return. Is that fair?
Yes, that's fair.
Okay, guys, if you can't shell out $1,500 a month for your practice, you don't have a practice. Judy is willing to bet on herself, and that's exactly what she did. She bet on herself, and she trusted in us that, Judy, if we build it, they will come. There's some truth to that, but if we build it and they come, you've got to be ready for it. And you have to have a process to do it. So online marketing real quick. It's internet marketing, online marketing, advertising, anything that's in the electronic age. This is it. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you're not there, you're going to be dead. And I would have every statistic to prove it in this concept. And Dustin, this is all the stuff that goes into our marketing wheel. This is everything that we do. Well, not everything, but this is just parts of the online marketing. But this is everything that we do out of here with our guys and our ladies. That's a lot of stuff for a one or two man shop to manage, isn't it?
It definitely is. There's a big process that goes into it. There's a lot of steps that go into it. There's a lot of different avenues that you have to keep in mind when you're dealing with online marketing. It's especially nowadays. It's extremely important that each one of these pieces gets put into place correctly.
That's an important process in regards to that, because each one of these wheels, if you mess up one of the wheels, it screws up. It's kind of a domino effect, yes?
Correct. Yep.
Okay. Social media marketing. Guys, I know that we've had a lot of stuff in regards to social media, and we've watched all the mavens on social media talk about it, and, oh, you have to do this, and, oh, you have to do that. So some of this might sound review-ish to you, but I'm going to tell you right now, if you're not doing this, here we go. We have a problem on social media, because you guys aren't using it for what you do. Do you realize social media can be incredibly specific? Do you realize you could break it down into groups? We have one gentleman that's averaging between 2 and 7% response on his social media. I want you to think about that for a second. By the way, it's pennies on the dollar for what we can do here. I want you to think about if you sent out 100,000 pieces in social media and you went and got a 2% response. I'm going to be nice. Just say you got a 0.2% response. That is absolutely insane. If you got a 0.2% response, you're seeing more people than you ever thought. This is very, very important, but we're not using it effectively. Okay? And that's the challenge to this. And Dustin, this is where you come in. This is something that we do for you. I know a lot of the IMOs say, oh, we'll manage your social media, we'll manage this for you, we'll manage that for you. They're doing it wrong and they're failing. And we're going to prove that to you as we go through this, because they're not. I know, Judy, we're connecting everything together. We're making the posts. We're doing everything with you. We just rebranded everything for you again to build all this for you, to make you have more exposure and become more relevant, correct?
That's correct.
This is part of what we do. Social media marketing, if you guys look real quick. I got to step out of here real quick. This new software from Apple, not so happy with it. It doesn't let me use my mouse while I'm on this. I'm going to tell you what. 55% of Americans, 45 to 54, have a networking profile. That's the fastest growing demographic. You guys all know we've got 10,000 a day retiring. They're all on some type of media, and you're not doing anything with it. Facebook, 23% of the Facebook users check their accounts 5 times or more every day. Why is your face not in front of them 5 times a day? 80% of the marketers indicate that their social media efforts increase traffic, but you don't stay focused, consistent, and repetitious with it. Why would you want to do that when 80% of them say, hey, this stuff works really good? Well, let's stop. We're not going to do that, right, Dustin? Why would we bother?
For sure.
22% of Americans use social network sites several times a day. The last one's crazy. Do you realize you check your cell phone on an average of 150 times a day? That's nuts. I did not know that one. I fell over when they showed me that one. So if you're not building yourself social and getting into this digital age, you're going to have a big problem here. The traditional marketing, it still works, but it's a dwindling return, and we'll show you. Social media marketing, there's 10 benefits that we've just listed, 10 real quick ones. Brand recognition, improved loyalty, opportunities convert, higher conversion rates, higher brand authority. That is important. When people are looking to make a significant purchase, do you realize 85% of them go online first? If you are not relevant online, it is so hard for them to find you. Okay? The second part of this, increase inbound traffic. Everybody wants more leads, but you're not doing anything to get them. You're not marketing, you're advertising, and there is a difference. Seminars are not marketing. Seminars are advertising. Radio is advertising. I do this, come see me. It's one little piece or two little pieces in the marketing wheel. By the way, they're expensive and they are a diminishing return. There is not an advisor in here. I look at all my marketers because they're all on this call with us today, and they're all shaking their heads. I can't tell you how many of you call in here and say, yeah, I don't want to do seminars. They cost too much and the returns are going down. It's every one of you. But you're not doing anything else to supplement it. We've got a way to do it. Judy, you're living proof. Your business is up 300% because you believed in what we were saying, and we have proven it to be true. And more important than anything, Judy, you followed the system. And you
that is correct. Mm-hmm.
And we're going to have a great discussion on process here shortly. We've got to get you to decrease your marketing costs, more bang for the buck. And I want to read this one because according to HubSpot, 84% of marketers found as little as 6 hours of effort per week was enough to generate increased traffic. It doesn't take much effort. An hour a day. An hour a day. And it costs virtually nothing to do, and in some cases it does cost nothing to do. You got to have a better search engine optimization. And you need to make the customer experience rich. It's got to be good stuff. Here's the problem with social media. It's a double-edged sword. If you guys are what we call the annuity slingers, right? I have a buddy of mine, Stan the annuity man. I'm going to tell you what. Taught Stan this 4 or 5 years ago. Like him, love him, hate him. He gets 400 plus organic leads a month from what we sat down and did a long time ago. That's just fact. And I don't care if you like him or hate him. The fact is that people are going to him and he's the maven on annuities and everybody's running to him. So with all that said, your social media marketing is extremely important. When's the last time your business posted? When's the last time you posted? If I get a post every 3 or 4 months, you're not relevant. You should have posts 3 times a day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It doesn't take long to do it. It's super important. And Dustin, I know that we do that here with them, but I mean, how important is that consistency of posting?
I mean, it's really everything. You need social media as a way to, get in front of those potential clients. Essentially, there's millions and millions of people out there that you could potentially reach. The more consistent you are with your posting and with how relevant your information is, the more people that are going to follow you and like you. As soon as someone follows you and likes you, it notifies other people that may have similar interests to follow and like you. The more consistent you are, the more exponential your fan base will grow. Your, not necessarily fan base, but potential client base will grow. So the consistency will make or break a social media campaign.
And Judy, in your practice, and here's what I do know because I know it intimately, is you are all about focus, consistency, and repetition, correct?
That's correct.
Nobody deviates you from your process, do they?
No. If you don't work the process, you're not going to produce any results.
Okay.
Period.
Talk about little quick 4 takeaways. Consistency is a key. You want to build that brand recognition, provide opportunities to convert with a higher conversion rate, and it builds trust before they meet you. I have so many producers that sit down with clients and they go, oh, they didn't buy. Here's why they didn't buy. And Judy, I know you'll attest to this. You barely ever even meet your clients. A lot of it's all done all via the net, walks them all the way up until it's time to see them for the app process.
That is exactly right. I do not meet them until we get down, till they are going to sign the application. I don't leave my office until then.
You don't leave your office till the nitty-gritty, so we don't have any windshield time. We don't waste time. We're not doing any of that. So we've really freed up your day quite a bit.
It's wonderful. It really is. No more of those driving out and having a little conversation and turn around and driving home to come back 3 more times.
So here's my question for you. When you demonstrate via the web and you talk to them and answer their questions and go through it, doesn't your competence instill confidence in them to do business with you?
It does. It does. It was foreign to me, totally foreign to me when I started. But I would not go back to the old way for anything. It does work. It really does work.
Website design and structure, guys, this is important because one of the things that I really find out, one of the things that I deal with on a daily basis, and Dustin and I do this every day and we laugh. This is our little geek joke between us. Every one of these IMOs, come do business with me and we're going to build you a website. Dustin, what did they really build them?
Nothing that's going to benefit them, that's for sure. Usually it's yeah, that's the basis of it.
It is the base. But guys, they gave you a business card on the internet. That's all they did. It does absolutely nothing for your business. And we'll show you why. Here, a well-built website will generate better customer traffic. What's the definition of well-built? Well, we're going to show you. First of all is page speed. I will make you a bet right now, every single one of you are failing in page speed. Every one of you on this call. I don't care if you built the website, if your IMO built the website. If your IMO built the website, you definitely are failing. I haven't seen one passing score. I know there's one person on this phone call that has a green passing page speed score. She's north of 85, and that's Judy. Why? Because we built it. This is important. Why? Google, all these page speed companies, think of it as friction. The better your page speed score is, the faster it pops up. The faster it pops up, the further you get in front of your competition. The further you get in front of your competition, you're seen first. Would that be important to you? We think it's everything. Right, Dustin?
Yeah, for sure. And one thing to keep in mind as we go through these slides is, we'll reference Google quite a bit. They're the leading search engine company out there, but you got to keep in mind that Google's job is to provide the best results for the customer search, or the person's search queries. A couple factors go into that. Is the site going to even load for them? How long is it going to load for them? What type of content is there? As we go through these more things, is it mobile friendly? Is it, there's a lot of different factors that go into it. So page speed definitely is a huge impact on, how you are presented to Google and where they're going to rank you as opposed to your competition.
I call it friction. If we could have less friction in your business, you'll go farther. It's just that simple. And all Google is a big dumb baby. It creeps and goes through the algorithms, and that's what it does. And if you're not matching up to the algorithm, then they just keep pushing you further down, further down, further down. There are some people that are monsters on the internet doing internet marketing, and we know all the names. They're not even passing. Imagine if they got their stuff together, how much further they could go. This has an impact on your search engine optimization. Additional time, becoming more important factor when it comes to search engine rankings is everything. You want to be important and relevant. Mobile friendly. Google just changed their algorithms. You have to be mobile friendly. You've got to be mobile friendly to make this work. And I'm going to tell you right now, every one of you guys are failing on the mobile side. Every one of you. Responsive. There are a couple reasons why having mobile responsive is important. One, it's for interaction. Two, for SEO. Guys, by the way, 85% of the people look on their mobile phone. The numbers are astounding. Everyone is using a mobile device, a smartphone, iPhone, Android, something. They go there first. If your site is not mobile friendly, what do? When you get on your phone and you click, and if it doesn't load fast or if it's tough to navigate, what's the first thing that you do, Judy, or that you do, Dustin, if you do that on your phone?
I click out of there.
Handy little back button.
I hit the back button, I go find somebody else who I can go that's similar that I can go do with. If you look at the graph,
a good point. A good point to make in that too is if you're dealing with a company that can't handle or be able to display correctly on a mobile device, it instantly discredits them as kind of being professional or like relevant, because there's competition out there that can do that, and that like for instance Judy's website we just built, completely mobile friendly, easy to navigate, they go load super quickly. Those types of websites are going to get a lot more interaction and customer engagement.
If you look at the slides, guys, if you just look there, desktop use is going down, everything's going down, but if you look, mobile is starting to spike. If your website's not mobile friendly, you're going to get pushed out of the rankings because Google changed their metrics again. It's just that simple. On the left is one of our advisors. This is Josh. There's his website. If you look at this is a real shot. This fits in his screen. It does what it does. If you look on the right, this is one of the top IMOs in the country. This is one of the biggest IMOs in the country. So much business, it's ungodly. We blurred out their name and we made it a little blurry. It's not friendly. We blurred out what Google did. We're not a way to give our secret recipe of how we do stuff. It doesn't fit. The device doesn't work. The tiny font, it doesn't respond. We ran a what we call a DMA, a digital marketing audit on what they did. Look at the red boxes, not mobile friendly. This is right out of Google. We're not making this stuff up. This comes right out of Google Analytics, and they're telling us your site doesn't work. So now I do business with them, and their web developer says, hey, I'm going to build you this awesome site because you're going to come do business with us. They can't get theirs right. How are they going to get yours right? And you want to do business with these companies because they promise you this stuff. So what we say is you're going to get value, but what is it? We're going to give you all this stuff. Great, but what does it really do? If you're not giving me stuff that works, what good is it? You got duped is what you got because you didn't know. Now you know. Now if you do it there, now it's your fault because you've been warned. Navigation, obviously we need to make it easy to find, and we have to build it so that your grandma can use it. It has to be easy to go through. Why? If it's difficult to go through, well, I'll use you again. Judy, if it's tough for you to go through, what to do?
I'm out of there.
I click off. I'm out. Right.
I'm out.
We need to make it easy. Okay? So navigation is important. Brand consistency. Your brand is important. Do you even have a brand? I'll give you a great example. I talked to that gentleman yesterday. I asked him if he was a professional, and he told me he was. I said, that's awesome. I said, but do your clients think you're a professional? Because that's more important. And he did not answer. Didn't have an answer. What is your brand? What does it state? Do you provoke confidence in your firm? Do you keep control of your appointments? Is it your brand? In all forms of communication, you got to build credibility, and that has got to be seamless. It has to be consistent. It's linear marketing, right, Dustin? Everything we do is linear. It all is congruent. It all flows together.
For sure, it's extremely important too. I mean, if you're branding yourself on your website, but then you go give someone your business card, and they're completely two different things. You have a big gap in consistency there, and you kind of lose that credibility as a professional agency if you can't even get your marketing or your branding, your logos, whatever it is, consistent across all mediums.
We refer to it as, are you a hobbyist or are you a professional? I know that these things seem like little things, but if you start getting 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 little things, they add up to big things. I'm a huge sports fan. I love football. I'm glad fall's here and football's back in session. Every time a team loses, what's the first thing that comes out of their mouth? We didn't do the little things. We didn't block well. We didn't tackle well. We didn't hold on to the ball. Too many turnovers. We all know we're not supposed to turn over the ball. We're supposed to block and we're supposed to tackle, but we didn't do it. Business and what we do, ladies and gentlemen, is no different. You need to block and tackle and hang on to the ball. It's the little things that go a long way. Content, your story, very important. The reason why Stan is so successful and I mean he's massively successful, is because Stan is willing to do all the things you guys don't want to do. He writes 2 to 3 articles every week. All of his stuff is organic. He doesn't do any papers, anything. It's organic. And what he does is write, and bam. Now he's the maven on annuities. Your story and your SEO. You have to have quality content. It's a huge key in your ranking. If you're not willing to do it, you're going to be stuck with pay-per-click, which is okay, just costs a lot of money. Website takeaways, real quick. The IMOs out there and all these guys that are building this stuff are building you a failing website. I can prove it time and time again, and you'll see at the end of this. You need to be mobile responsive. Navigation is fundamentally important. Page speed is critical, and your story does matter. I know, Judy, with your story, we have your biographies, we have all your stuff. We have all this stuff about Judy and how wonderful and awesome she is, and all these great things. And we just keep building it and building it. Because you know what? The clients are shifting, everybody. I want you to think about this real quick. If you retire today, what are the odds that you worked on a computer at work? I'm going to say they're pretty darn good. Judy, when you talk to these people, because obviously they find you on the internet, so they're computer savvy, what's your average age of your client, do you think?
60 plus, probably closer to 65 plus, actually.
Okay. What a great target range. 65 or so, right around that. That's right around the wheelhouse where things are starting to really get important, like Social Security and optimization and thinking of income, and I don't want to lose my fortune that I just made working all these years. And that's our wheelhouse. We know that. They're on the computer looking for you, and you are nowhere to be found because the people that you chose to do your business with do not know how to optimize your relevancy. Search engine marketing. Internet marketing involves promotion of websites, increasing your visibility. Paid advertising. Pay-per-click. Real easy. I'm going to pay X amount per word, and every time they click on it, I come up. Here's the problem, though. And Dustin, they'll only come up if all their stuff is relevant, right? And if they're smooth and clean and their page speed's good and all these other pieces of the marketing pie fit. Yes or no?
Sure. Yeah, even in the pay-per-click campaigns, your ranking in the pay-per-click or in the ad space is directly impacted by your actual SEO and how relevant your landing page or website or whatever you're promoting is. So, the organic or the SEO side of things bridges both paid and organic search. And so again, it's extremely important that even on a pay-per-click campaign, your pages are SEO friendly.
We're not shy about it, guys. We do a lot of a Nexus business, so we do a lot of stuff here with Nationwide, a lot of stuff with Athene on the Nexus products that we've developed. When I break it down feature to feature, benefit to benefit, and everything else, it's the best product in the marketplace, and I can challenge that statement with anyone who'd like to go toe-to-toe on it. The reality of the deal is we did a search for a guy who was in a podunk town in Texas, and in 1 month there were 117 searches for Nationwide New Heights within a 100-mile radius of his town. Because, see, we can get the analytics. I can see exactly what it is. The word was next to dirt cheap to purchase. And the long story short is, if he would have been doing this, which we are setting him up now, and those 117 clicks would have went to him. That's 117 opportunities. Now, I'm not saying that they would have all bought for him, and I'm not saying they were all clients. I'm saying there were 117 relevant searches, and he would have had opportunity on that 117. A good campaign on the internet is about a 2% deal. That would have been 3 clients. It would have cost him, I think, $70 total to get 3 clients. A little north of $25, $20, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. That just sounds pretty reasonable to me. Obviously, pay-per-click businesses that do pay-per-click average, they're 2 to 1 in their revenue. They get $2 for every one they spend. Obviously, you only pay when they click. It's online marketing. Pay-per-clicks is 64% successful at generating leads. They show results quickly. 70% of mobile searchers call a business directly from the Google stuff. And local TV advertising, on the other hand, is 1% successful at generating leads. And it's a whole hell of a lot more to pay for. Even if you're buying remnant media, You're seeing these guys doing the commercials online. They're working, but their ROI is not nearly as high as this. I don't care if it works. I want my ROI. Great. You worked and you made $2 for every dollar you spent, and Judy's making $10 for every dollar Judy's spending. Which business model do you like? I like Judy. I like 10-to-1 versus 2-to-1. And my stuff works 24/7, 365, 7 days a week. When you're doing the search engine stuff, the future's uncertain, but we know change is not. It's always going to change. This is a living, breathing baby. It needs to be managed. It needs to be done. When you're doing this kind of stuff, it is a priority to remain competitive inside the web. And when they get into their search box and land on your site, are they going to be satisfied with what they find? We typically found no, they're not. We have not, and Dustin and I do this every day, have not found one person who is passing in regards to their page speed. Not one. So what that tells me, guys, this is a blue ocean for you people that get on it now. It's blue ocean for you. You either need to be first or you need to be way better than everybody else. You guys have an opportunity to be both, first and better, because you're not doing it. PPC is going to get you quickly, but you're going to pay for it. SEO takes some consistency and some work, and this is the right here. Number 2 is what turns everybody off on this. I just don't have the time to do that. Then you must be rich. Because I've typically found if you don't have money, you have time, and if you have money, you don't have time. Judy, I know your calendar's pretty darn full.
It is, but I like it that way.
We do too. So, but we like keeping it full. And you're not in a huge town either, are you, Judy?
No. Probably total 140,000 population.
Okay, and you work about about 150-mile radius?
I do.
Okay, but you don't have to drive until you're ready to.
No, I don't drive until they're ready to sign on the dotted line.
You know what, guys? I did sales for a long time, and there was one thing that I really dreaded, and it was windshield time. There is nothing worse than driving 2 hours to go to an appointment and get there, and they go, yeah, you know what? We're just not feeling it today. Have a headache, got sick, don't answer the door. You know, we're not interested. I don't know why you're here. We've all been through the whole list of that. Why are you even dealing with that? Those days, technology has eliminated those days. You just need to grasp onto it. Online search is the #1 way for people to find you, and it builds brand reputation and awareness. I'm telling you right now, when people go to do a major purchase, they go online. Well, if you're dropping 100 to 500,000 or more into an annuity, that's a major purchase. Let's talk a little bit about traditional marketing. How does traditional marketing stack up? I know the left side's a little small. The next slide's going to blow all that up, but I'm going to show you something real important. I want to skip to this first. This is from 2010 to 2014. This is showing all the adults out there, right? Percentage of here they go. Digital. In 2010, it was 29.6%. In 2014, it's 47%. That's almost double. It's like an 80% increase, guys. If you don't think they're going to the internet to go find stuff, you guys are sadly mistaken. They're doing it via their mobile. Mobile's #1. Online is desktop or laptop, others tablet and that kind of stuff. They're going to their phone to do their stuff. If you look at TV, it was 41%. Now it's down to 36.5%. Radio was at 15. Now it's down to 14 down to 10. We'll just call it had a 4% drop. If you notice, everything that the IMOs present out there to you, oh, you need to do radio, TV, this, that, are all diminishing. It is a diminishing return. It's amazing. The prices are going up and your return is going down. That is a horrible business model. I do not want to be a part of that. That's the Circuit City business model. How'd that work for them? They're all bust. They're bankrupt. Why? Because I want to go buy a Samsung TV. What do? I go online. Well, first, actually, here's what I go do. I go into Best Buy, and I go look at all the TVs, and I find the one I want, and I ask my questions. Then I go home, and I go online, and I type it all in, and then I go buy it for $500 cheaper online and have it shipped to my house. It's exactly how I do it. I haven't gone into a car dealer and bought a car in I don't know how long. I go online, I find the car I want, I call up the dealer, I say, here's the deal, here's what I want, bang. I do all my stuff at home in front of my computer. Your clients are doing the same thing. You need to meet them where they are. Gretzky had the greatest line. Why are you so great? Because I used to skate where I thought the puck was going to be, not where it was. This is where they're going, and you better get your butts out there and get the puck. Every one of these IMOs sits here and presents all this stuff you print. Print's dead. They said print was dead 10 years ago, and you know what? They're right. If you look at where they're spending their time, it's on the computer. It's in front of some type of digital device. Why are you not marketing to them there? That's just silly. And now here's the challenge. When you market to them there and then you talk to people, you know what's so great? Oh, I got this lead and they weren't there. And you know, Judy, you could attest to this. I got this lead and I called them and they weren't there, and or the number was bad, or this was bad, or oh, these leads suck. How's that work in your world, Judy?
Well, I'm not finding that to be true. I mean, obviously, you're going to get people that don't answer the phone immediately. Obviously, you're going to get those few that are going to say, I don't know what you're talking about. But most of the people that I contact do, the number one thing is they know I'm going to call because they get an email telling them I'm going to call,
That's right.
which is fabulous. They're already
notified. Why do you send them an email first?
I don't. It's sent through you all. I don't send it first, but I appreciate that. I wish.
So why does that email come first? Because how did they communicate with y'all? Did they call you and say, "Hey, come talk to me"?
No. This was all. No, they found me on the computer.
So don't we want to speak in a common language to our people? If I'm looking for you on the computer, I probably want to talk to you on the
computer.
What a shocker, guys! This isn't rocket scientist stuff here. Here's my challenge with it, though, is that how many of y'all have done it? Judy, you've done seminars before, you've had meetings or this or that, and every person in the meeting signs up with you and wants to do business with you. None of them sign up and say they did and never wanted to blow you off or don't remember what you're talking about when you called them, right?
No, I can't say that.
Right, but when it happens on the internet lead, everybody throws their hands up and goes, oh, these are no good. Guys, they're only as good as the person behind them working it. It's not the arrow, it's the Indian. I got told that a long time. Arrow shoots straight. It's the guy aiming it. It's all about your process. And here's what we have found at Senior Advisor Group when we dig a little deeper and we start to really get into your business. And Judy, I'm going to pick on you and use you as an example.
Okay.
You didn't have no process. There was no process had. We had to implement a process. And boy, that's hard because, Judy, we've talked about this when you were out here for training a couple weeks ago. It's really hard to change, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
But one of the things that I noticed that you ask your clients, every time you sit with a client, what's the thing that we're asking them to do?
Change. Make a change.
I want you to make it, but as the advisor, you can't make a change, but you're expecting the client to make a change.
True.
You guys seeing the disconnect there? Because I'm going to tell you what, if you can't change, they're never going to change. And if you're not meeting them where they're at, you got a problem. And if you don't believe me, you can look right here, because there's the study right online, the eMarketer.com, and they break this down for you. So this is what we're saying in regards to this. TV outperforms any other source of media per time spent. It's proven it's still a huge player in the marketing game, though it's down 12%. It's decreasing. And by the way, 82% of TV ads have a negative ROI. 20% of them reach their targeted audience. Online advertising. This is it, guys. Google isn't worth the amount of money that they're worth. And Dustin, you can jump on this. Google's not like, I don't know, I think they may be the second largest company behind Apple, market cap-wise, or darn near it.
Yeah.
They didn't get that big because people aren't spending money online advertising.
Exactly. I believe I read Google makes like 90% of their income is based off of ad spend, their advertising and pay-per-click and whatnot.
And people don't advertise if they're not getting ROI, because if I keep advertising and keep losing money, at some point you're going to say, hey, enough's enough. If we haven't made our point here, I don't know what more we can do for y'all. Webinars and seminars, do they work? Yeah, webinars totally work, because, guys, when you start getting the pipe full and doing this, Judy, all you do is webinars, correct?
That's it.
So your
And
lead comes in.
can I just, yeah, can I say this,
Yeah.
Steve, too, that I think oh yeah, one of the things that I wouldn't have believed before I started this is that it is so much more relaxing for your prospective client and for yourself to do a webinar as opposed to a face-to-face. It's just they're relaxed, you're relaxed, nobody feels under pressure. It's fabulous.
I guess my question is, why is that? Because they don't feel like the salesman's in front of their face having to buy something. And I think there's a great way to open that. And one of the ways that we talk about within our process is very simple. Look, Mr. and Mrs. Jones, just send me an illustration or send me some stuff. I'm not the post office. Here's what I have found to be very beneficial for all of my clients. Have you ever done a webinar before? Why don't we do this? Let's take 30 minutes. We'll do a webinar. I'm going to go through all the information that you're going to review because it's going to take you at least 30 minutes to read through it anyways. We'll just do it together. I will answer every one of your questions that you have, and then you can decide if we're supposed to move forward or if it's not for you. Is that okay? Fantastic. Done. Finished. And what we typically find, Judy, is after you do your webinar, then what happens?
In that process of doing the webinar, there is a whole lot of interaction with you and the client, and you're gathering information and writing it down. And then at that point, you have piqued their interest and furthered their, maybe I need to look at this a little deeper. And then that's when I say, I'm going to customize this for you. And we're going to schedule another one of these. And at this point, you have a very high rate of, yes, I do want to see more than this.
It really is this simple. It's basically a virtual appointment. Here's the problem, and I'm going to tell you where the failure comes in on this. The failure comes into where the agent doesn't believe in himself because they're not willing to invest the money and the time that it takes to become successful. We know the process works. We've done it with hundreds of people all across the country. It works. Judy's a living example. Judy was $1 million. She's going to finish at 4 or north of it this year, and it's a living, breathing example and testament to the process. It works if you work. Here's the best thing, guys, and I've said this forever. There is not one marketing plan out there that works until you do. Not one. I haven't found one where they just drop checks in my bank account yet. It doesn't happen that way. It doesn't work until you do. When we sit down with all this stuff we showed you today, this is the future, and you're looking at it. It's here now. Judy's a living example. If you listen to SAG, if you follow the process, if you just do the steps. And most importantly, Judy, and this is something that we didn't touch on, but I want to, how often do you communicate with our office?
At least 1 to 3 times a day. Sometimes more. That's average.
So basically you're a pain. That's what I hear. You're a pain. Okay, I got it. Look, the more we communicate, the more that we can have conversation, the better we can get. And here's why. There's a lot of experience in this office. And there's a lot of talent in this office. I'm not talking just from a sales standpoint. I'm talking from a technical standpoint. There's both. And if you're not leveraging that, and here's one thing, and Judy, I want to do this to you. I know you get called by all kinds of IMOs now because your business is up. You're kind of on the radar. One of the greatest things that all these companies do is say, if you come with me, I'm going to give you everything. I'm going to give you more comp, and I'm going to give you more of this, and we'll pay you more of that. What's that tell you? What's that tell you? Because I'm going to tell you what, when you work with a client, Judy, they say, hey, you know what, I'm going to just trim my commissions for you, right?
They don't value you.
They don't value. They don't have any value. If they're willing to cut their override, if they're willing to give you a whole bunch of money for you to do business with them, what are you going to get from them? Because I'm going to tell you what right now, our top producers, the only thing that they care about is service. Service, service, get my stuff in, get my stuff out, get me paid, make sure my paperwork's good, get it all together. They have the process. They have the formula. They know what they're doing. They just need to do it faster. How can they do it faster? If we can get the busy work off of their table and let them go see clients, that's what we do here. For the medium producer, they need a little more time. of some one-on-one and a little more of coaching, so to speak, okay, and the other side of it. And then there's the people that are that $1 million like Judy that were trying to get over that hump and that have the gumption to want to go do it. Well, you need the process, and you need the coaching, and you need the people. Not a problem. We have all that right here.
They do. They do. I mean, I have been helped on every single level from senior advisory group. I mean, I am not technical savvy, but I've always had help in that area. Bill Coots coached me. Steve will call. I mean, he calls. My marketer, Brooke Coob, is on it. I mean, it is amazing. I have great back office support. That's what I call it. I mean, I'm not by myself at all.
Well, and the reason why we're doing that, because we think that you view us as professionals. So we have
I do. Absolutely. Absolutely.
We are putting together big decisions here because, see, we're the ones that help build your stuff together that you're going to go present to a client that can make or break their retirement. I can't be some 25-year-old snot-nosed kid out of college that says, hey, go sell this because my manager told me this is what we're pushing today. It doesn't work that way here. Sorry.
No.
I'm 20 years of doing this. I've been building insurance products since the day I got in the business. I built life insurance products and indexed annuities from 1994 all the way up until today. We don't do things that way here, and we never will. Does it cost us money? Absolutely it does, but it's the right thing, and that's all that matters. Because at the end of the day, when I put my head on my pillow, I'm okay with that. Seminars, guys, we all know they're expensive. I don't even think we need to go there. Traditional marketing, it's losing viewership to digital, cut and dry. If I can see more people for less money, isn't that the magic recipe? We have the way to do it. You guys just have to make the commitment. Traditional marketing, it's effective in its own way. 20 to 40% of webinar attendees turn into leads, and seminars provide a great trust-building opportunity. They just are a little bit time-consuming, and they're more expensive. And there's a lot of variables that go into it. Did the mail house get it out right? Did it hit it on time? Is the weather going to be okay? Who's showing up? Who's not? What we have is, in the seminar business, you guys all know them as plate lickers. And on the internet, we have, I call them clickers. We got clickers, and there's plate lickers. Guys, it's not a whole lot different. It's just way more cost-effective via digital than it is doing the seminar. Because I'm going to tell you what, in the seminar, you can drop 20 grand in 2 seminars, and you ain't writing $4 million out of it. I'm going to tell you that right now. It just doesn't work that way. And if it is, it's definitely the exception, not the rule. So here's some of the stuff that we offer. Our 5-step process. We have a 5-step process to open, because everyone always talks about closing. Closing leads, closing leads, closing leads. Closing's got nothing to do with it. It's about opening the lead. Why? Because when you open the lead properly, the close is natural. Judy, when you sit down with these people, when you do your webinars and you walk them through the process, the opening is everything.
Yes.
At the end of the day, they don't ask you, why should I do this? They say, when are we going to get this done?
Mm-hmm.
Is that fair?
That's fair.
Tell me a little bit about that. Tell the contemporaries on the phone a little bit about that.
Okay. Well, when you make your initial contact with them, first thing that I clarify with them is that they are looking for something that's safe, secure, and guaranteed. If I get an affirmative on that, I do ask them what the purpose of their money is, and I get that answer, and then I let them know what I do as a professional. And I kind of set the tone of how things are going to work from here, as opposed to letting them set the tone. And if they don't want to cooperate, you have to be willing to just walk away from that. Taking that away from them often makes them like, wait a minute, this person's not the same as every Joe Blow that contacts me. So that's what I do.
No, because every Joe Blow that contacts you this is probably the one person they're going to see the month, and they have to scream and claw and fight for the whole thing. Judy, our problem's not seeing people. And you want to know what's really funny is every advisor that says, oh, if I could just see more people, I'll sell everything. Guys, I'm going to tell you, and I'm here to tell you, that's not true. What happens is you see more people and you keep making the same mistakes with more people. I think of golf. I hate golf, and I'm horrible at it. I hit the ball a ton. I'm just not sure which way it's going to go. And I slice it all the time. And I know why I slice it, because I dip and then I push, and they keep telling me that, but I keep slicing it. So I go to the range and I go hit 1,000 balls with me dipping and slicing. It didn't make me any better of a golfer. It just made me make the same mistake 1,000 times. That's all it did. So guys, when you sit and you think about your process, if you even have one, because a lot of people don't. Here's their process. Well, they come in and I do a fact finder. What the hell is that? What's that mean? I'm going to tell you our process is real simple. Safety, security, guarantees that you can't outlive. Is that your number one priority? Yes or no? I want to qualify you right up front. If they say yes, you've got a client. If they say no, what's most important? Boom. Let's move on next, or let's figure out if you're just kicking tires and BS, and then let's see where you're at. The next step in our process is I'm a professional, like Judy said. She's a professional. You see me as a professional. Professionals operate in a different manner than non-professionals. Would you agree? Great. I see my clients as a professional. I hold you to the same standard you're holding me. If you can't function as a professional, we're not going to be a good match. There's 3 more steps to that process. Call here and we'd be more than happy to help you with them. If you implement this process into your business, I don't care where the lead comes from. Right, Judy? Whether it's your current client, a referral client, off the internet, you use the same process with every.
Same process.
Yes or no?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Absolutely. Do you ever deviate?
No.
Why?
Because why would I deviate from something that already works? I mean, it works. Why reinvent the wheel?
Okay. So we don't ever deviate from the process. We stay true to it. I don't care if it's a $100 million case or one. This is our process, because here's why, guys. If you deviate from the process, you're never going to know what happened, what went wrong, why it went wrong, or where it went wrong. But number 2 is the clients are typically going to be a huge, massive pain, because if what person doesn't want to work with a professional and follow rules? I don't know of any. Real quick, nationwide, for a lot of you guys, some of you guys on here do Medicare, do some health, do this, do that, trying to find a way for some annuities. And for you folks that aren't, this is still a great thing in regards to this healthcare costs in retirement. Nationwide did this whole huge study, and it's a worksheet and it basically walks them down through the whole thing of over their lifetime of what healthcare is going to cost and their medicines and all their stuff, and walks them down. And then it shows them how are you going to pay for it. It is an easy, simple, turnkey, put together, costs you nothing to implement in your practice except to mail it. That's it. If you can't afford the postage, you don't have a business. Let's agree on that, right? Judy, if you can't afford a stamp, we got much bigger problems than
we
that.
do.
We put this out there, and you can send this to your clients, and then you call and you follow up, and you can work with them. It's a simple, easy way to get in front of other people that are in your database and keep working that you haven't converted into some type of client yet. With SAG, I was told this 21 years ago, and I still use it today. If you put in wood, you will get heat. I still believe that. I always have agents call up, what are you going to do for me? What are you going to do for me? What are you going to do for me? And I just laugh, and I go, well, what are you going to do for us? Because business relationships are symbiotic. They have to be give and take, and they have to really be a true 50-50. Like with Judy, when you call, we drop everything and we help you, and we get everything you need when you need it, how you need it, and we even taught you the process of how to write the business and put it together. For that report, Judy sends us 100% of her business.
That's right.
It's very simple, and we will do. Judy calls, we'll build anything for Judy, because you know what? She's focused, she's consistent, she's repetitious, she doesn't deviate from the process. She is engaged. Long and short, Judy gets it. Okay? So what we've done is we've built levels on the things that we can do, 1, 3, 5 levels. All right? Whatever amount of wood you want to put in, we will give you that level of heat. We cannot care about your business more than you do. We've done that before. Trust me, I've given everybody level 5. It's a $5 million level. I don't care if you were brand new, this, that, built it all out for them, did all this, did all that, host websites, do everything for these people. And they did not adhere to what they said they would do. We kept up our end, they didn't keep up their end. So we changed it now. As you progress in your business, we will progress with what we do for you. Okay? If you want the 5 million level, you can do it. We'll build it all for you. You can pay for it, and you can earn it all back via business. We can work out any type of arrangement you prefer. Last but not least here, 2 things. Trips. I know trips are big in this business. Here's my challenge with the trips. I really don't want to go on a trip with 400 other people. I know you guys work really hard and you're, grind, and the last thing I want to do is sit next to the pool and have a drink and have some luck with me. So what do you do, and how much do you do, and how's your marketing plan work? And look, we've all been on these trips over the years, and what we thought would be nice for you all is do the business, and we give you a trip budget. You go where you want to go, when you want to go, with who you want to go with. We just thought that was a better way. If it's really cool, then maybe we'll come with, right, Judy? We'll go with and go hang out.
Right.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
But I think for you and your husband to get away on a trip after you've worked so hard and just go somewhere, I think that makes a whole lot more sense than going on a trip with 400 other people.
I would agree.
However, if that is your thing, we still have our Nexus trip, our Inner Circle stuff. You get the opportunity to go with 400 other people, and you can have this. So technically, you can earn 2 trips. It's up to you. But we just saw this as a much better deal. So this is one of our things that we do. For coming on the call today, you guys all got 50,000 credit points towards your trip. So now you got to do 3450. Or if you're already with us, we will register you and get you there. And get you there in regards to that. Then the other side of the coin that we have here is this one. It's not showing anything. The other side of the coin is this. Is our wonderful and fabulous, sorry about the technical difficulties, is our SAG DMA challenge. Every one of you on here, I'm going to make a $5,000 wager. I'm going to bet $5,000 of my cash or marketing allowance. Basically, we're going to do a $5,000 marketing allowance. We'll build you whatever you need built. That would up to $5,000. So if you wanted a new custom website, the whole shebang, whatever it is, go out and see what that costs for someone to build it. We'll do it whatever we want in here. And I'm going to do it versus your contracts for business. I will bet every person on this call that when we run your DMA, your digital marketing audit, you're failing. If it comes back and you're failing, we win, we earned your business. If it doesn't come back failing, we'll build you $5,000, whatever. You can do business with us or you can keep going where you're going, but we'll give you up to a $5,000 marketing allowance. I think that's a pretty fair bet. How about you, Judy?
I think it's a very fair bet.
So I'm challenging you guys that are on the call, $5,000 in a marketing allowance versus your contracts. If we win, you contract and you start doing business here. I'm just telling you where you're doing your stuff and how they're doing your business is going to be a detriment to you unless you don't stand playing in the business for one more year. Every year that you go longer, Dustin, you can attest to this, those demographics keep dripping down by 2, 3, 4, 5% every year. Over some time, you're going to have a big problem. Agreed?
Mm-hmm. For sure.
So last and not least, we're going to wrap this up as we're right at our hour. Look, we're going to be giving you guys a call. We want you guys to call us. We want to have conversations with you all, and we want this to be a great business relationship. I know, Judy, one of the things that you did, I know that you're available to anybody that wants to talk to you. Judy has been a great spokeswoman for us. Here's the one thing that the one caveat I put on talking to Judy is this. If you are going to call her to waste her time, or if you're going to call her to be argumentative about what works and what doesn't, please save your long distance time and please save her time. She's busy. She's seeing people and she's working. But I know Judy will take time out. If you want to have a real conversation about what she's doing and how it works, I know Judy has been more than generous with her time to help anybody.
I would be more than happy to do so.
But please don't call her. We've had people that have done that. They just called to complain. I'm like, she's not the complaint desk. Look, she's going to open her practice and show you how it works for her. She's more than happy to do that. So, guys, a few things. 3 takeaways today. You get some access to Judy and talk to her a little bit about her practice. You get some access to our trip details, and we gave you some extra credit for that for joining on to the joining on today. And most importantly is the $5,000 challenge. You guys all say you want marketing reimbursements and marketing stuff. I challenge you $5,000 versus your stuff that you've had built or had one of your IMOs built for you. We will run the DMA. We will walk you through it. It's not fixed. It's not anything. It's all analytics. You punch in the stuff, and there it goes. And I'm going to tell you right now you're failing. Guaranteed. Haven't had one passing yet. Biggest IMOs in the country, page speed, 41. How are they going to build you a page speed better than 41 when they can't get theirs right? With that, I'm going to leave you there. We're going to give you guys a call if you don't call us, and hopefully we can get started today doing a little business together. Appreciate it. Judy, thank you so much for your time. You did an awesome job. This is Judy's first call, so great job. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Have a good weekend, everyone. Thank you. It is.